Good morning. It is March the 10th, 2017. Welcome to this week's weekly weather briefing. I'm doing it today on Friday just because we do have the potential for some snow tomorrow, but the snow doesn't look to be a big enough event to where I have to make a separate video about it, but I would like to mention it before it moves in, and I don't want to have to make another video, a separate video for that particular event. So we're going to just congeal it into one video and call it the weekly weather briefing and just do it a day early. Temperatures this morning are running below normal. It is 43 degrees right now in the Purchase area wide, 45 degrees closer towards Paducah, but no matter what, that's not a big difference in temperatures. So if you are heading out, make sure and grab the extra layer because it is pretty breezy out there at times. The breeziest conditions were about 2 hours ago, but there is a couple of wind gusts coming through here at around 10 to 15 miles per hour, and when it comes through, it just throws chills up your spine. So grab that extra layer or that extra jacket if you are heading outdoors this morning, or really just the rest of today. These temperatures won't be going up a whole lot more thanks to a cold front that moved through, accompanied by some very strong showers and thunderstorms that came through last night. Possibly a tornado that hit the city of Hickman, Kentucky, which is in Fulton County, down around in this area where I'm circling my mouse. We did have a tornado warning cell, tornado warned for a long time, but I don't know how long there was actually a tornado on the ground. There was a debris ball that showed up on radar right before it crossed the Mississippi River, just north of New Madrid, and that's when I began to get worried on whether there was actually a tornado on the ground or whether the straight line winds were so strong that there was possibly debris being tossed up into the air. But usually with straight line winds, debris doesn't go up in the atmosphere. It usually just stays at the ground and goes wherever the winds take it. So I think there was a tornado that touched down. The National Weather Service out of Paducah is going down there today to go and survey that damage down there. There is damage in the Hickman area, so they're going to try and find out if this was a tornado or straight line winds, and no matter what, how high those winds were, whether it was straight line winds or a tornado. But very scary situation last night for some folks down there as they were going through a lot of stress with that storm moving through, I'm sure. I know I was just trying to track it on radar. That storm did weaken right before it moved into the South Fulton, Tennessee, and Kentucky area, and there was still some debris signatures on radar, but they were not quite as intense. More than likely, just some leaves and stuff getting tossed up into the air from the ground or something like that. But it most of the area did experience some pretty strong thunderstorms last night. We also picked up around an inch of rain area wide as well, so a lot of those creeks and streams ran high once again, and that was just recently, right after another rain event that came through, putting down even more rain on Monday night and early Tuesday morning. And I was coming back from Louisville that day, and when we got back, it was a lot of the creeks and streams were running pretty high because of how much rain a lot of our folks got that morning. So this week was a pretty wild week of weather. We had some up and downs in the temperatures. The highest that we got, I know, was on Thursday, right before those storms came in yesterday, and temperatures got up into the mid-70s, so just absolutely phenomenal. Mid-70s, a little bit less unusual for March, but at least the beginning to middle of March, but it's still above normal in the temperature department. So, like I said, temperatures are pretty cool this morning, but we're tracking some snow showers, and they're not too far away from us. They're moving pretty fast, and I say they're not too far away from us. They're way up here into South Dakota, North Dakota, and Nebraska, but they won't be long until they do start to make it down into the western Kentucky area and parts of Tennessee, southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, maybe parts of southwest Indiana. Still pretty questionable on that area right now. This will continue to fill in, the radar will, and those snow showers will begin to drift towards the south and east. Let's go ahead and take a look at that on the GFS. This is what the GFS thinks is going to happen with the radar as we go into the next couple of days. Here is what that system will look like, what the GFS thinks it will look like by noon tomorrow. Looking like we're going to have, like I said, the radar would fill in. It looks like right now, this is what the radar supposed to look like at noon today, but I don't think it's going to look quite like this because of what the current radar looks like that I just showed you up there right now. But it looks like those snow showers will begin to be on a weakening trend as they go into tomorrow morning, and then they will begin to re-strengthen as they meet up with an upper level system moving in from the southwest out of Texas and Oklahoma. bringing rain and storms to parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. And those rain showers will change over to sleet and freezing rain in parts of the Ozarks, and then it will switch over to snow by the time you get into parts of southern Missouri, extreme northeast Arkansas, western Kentucky, and western Tennessee. And then those snow showers quickly move out of here by around late tomorrow evening, around 9, 10, 11 o'clock, and will be mainly confined to parts of Tennessee as they begin to move off towards the Carolinas. Yes, the Carolinas dealing with some snow. You could be on the beach in South Carolina and extreme northeast South Carolina and seeing snow falling out of the sky on March the 11th. It would be, well, actually March the 12th. They're getting it on Sunday, so mid-March, pretty phenomenal for those areas down there. Then we have another system coming in Monday night, early Tuesday morning. The models have begun to speed this system up, and that is crucial because the system was looking like it was going to move into our area around Monday afternoon, and if that was the case, then we were going to be looking at, Monday afternoon. It was beginning to look like Monday afternoon, and that was going to be, of course, the peak of the high temperatures, the peak of the temperatures on Monday, so it was going to be rain, upper 40s to low 50s, but now it's starting to look like this system's going to move in closer towards Monday morning, and if that's the case, temperatures are going to be close to the freezing mark on Monday morning, so we could see a couple of snow showers instead of rain showers, maybe snow mixed with rain on Monday morning. Still some questions remaining with that system, and then it will begin to move off towards the east, some colder air wrapping around it, and then we will see probably just a couple of flurries, isolated snow showers right behind that system, and then it will absolutely blow up, probably going to be a bombogenesis, which is what we refer to in the meteorological world, where a area of low pressure drops 24 millibars within 24 hours, and that is what that system is more than likely going to do, and it is actually meeting up with the system that moved through our area back on tomorrow. So tomorrow, that system, watch it right here, moves off towards the southeast coast, and then it kind of lingers around there for a little while, and it waits on this sucker to meet up with it, and then them two come together, and watch it. There's one low pressure center, another low pressure center, and they meet up and become one right there, and then they begin to move off towards the northeast. Still some questions remaining with the track on that system, but some folks up there could definitely be looking at a big storm, whether it's right on the coast or in the interior northeast. A lot of rain, a lot of snow, a lot of wind with this system. Some people are probably going to pick up a foot or two of snow, and some areas could pick up several inches of rain. And they've already got a lot of wind damage up there from an upper level system that moved through there around midweek this past week, and they could be looking at even more wind damage up there combined with precipitation. So a very unfortunate situation, but I'm sure some snow lovers up there are going to be happy. Once we get into Thursday morning, we have a little bitty weak disturbance that is moving through, and it's just trying to catch up with the cold air that is leaving our area. And if it meets up just in time, we could have a couple of snow showers early on Thursday morning. Doesn't look like it would be bring much on the impact scale. But questions start. I just now started to look at this. The models just now, the GFS just now is starting to show another cold air another plunge of cold air coming in for the weekend. It wasn't showing this a couple model runs before, so we'll just have to keep an eye on this. So some questions remaining with next weekend to see on how next weekend's weather shapes up. This is the model that I agree with the most. I don't really agree with a lot of them, with the models, really any of them, with the snow for tomorrow. But if I had to pick one, it would be the 3KM NAM model, which hasn't done a great job this winter, but it's done enough of a good job that I am going to show you guys this model and what it thinks is going to happen. Something to keep in mind. The last couple of model runs were not showing an early band of snow setting up for tomorrow morning. That has changed. Now the models are beginning to show, the NAM, the GFS, even the Euro is starting to show a band of snow setting up for our area, and the HER model is as well, which is the most high resolution and composite reflectivity radar for tomorrow. And it is showing some snow coming into our area for the purchase area early tomorrow morning, around 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures will be running really just at or right below the freezing mark. And if that was the case, we could see some impacts tomorrow on the roadways in the morning. But that is if that band of snow forms. Right now, I'm just leaving the precipitation chance at 40% for in the morning. I will have to up that overnight if the models begin to continue to show this solution. But here's what the 3KM NAM model shows. It shows heavy snow moving into the purchase area. This is a little bit overdone, I think. We're not going to see snow all over Indiana, Illinois, parts of northeast Missouri. I think it's mainly going to be confined to southern Missouri and our area and extreme southern Illinois. But I do think that it is still overdoing the precipitation. If this were to even happen, if the band of snow were to form, I do not think it would be quite this intense, because we will have a little bit of dry air in place tomorrow morning, so it will take just a little bit of time before some of that snow does reach the ground. And then as we get into tomorrow evening, another round of snow comes through. It's showing rain right here, but this would end up being snow moving through tomorrow evening. Could put down another ½ inch or so on the grassy surfaces. Our road temperatures are warm, our ground temperatures are warm, but this is going to probably stick. This is going to be a heavy wet snow, so this is probably going to stick to some of our some of our grassy surfaces, some of the elevated surfaces, and it is not probably going to be sticking to any of the roads unless the temperatures are either right at or below freezing. A couple of slick spots can't be ruled out. Let's go ahead and look at those temperatures for tomorrow. Starting out with tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning's lows are going to be in the upper 20s to low 30s, either right at or below the freezing mark. And then those temperatures will slowly rise tomorrow as overcast skies take over the forecast, and then we begin to see some of that mixed rain and snow shower moving into the area. Around tomorrow evening, those temperatures will begin to move down on the temperature scale, and we'll go into the mid to upper 20s for low temperatures. If we get a blanket of snow across the area on the grassy surfaces, then those temperatures could easily get into the low 20s and possibly even the upper teens. Let's look at some snow total maps. This is not something that you need to take as gospel. Just take it as guidance. This is what the 3KM model is showing, and it is showing that this is mainly that band of snow. This is that band of snow that I think is this band of snow right here. I'm sorry, is the band of snow that the NAM model is picking up on for tomorrow morning. And what I don't agree with about this model is that it doesn't have West Tennessee and hardly any measurable snowfall. And I don't agree with that because the GFS model, which I'll take you back to the GFS model, was showing some snow coming in for most of Tennessee tomorrow evening. And that's what I think is going to happen. Neither the NAM 3KM, the NAM operational, or the NAM 4KM models are showing snow moving back into western Tennessee for tomorrow evening and late and early tomorrow night. So I think that West Tennessee, southern parts of Kentucky are going to see snow moving back in to those areas tomorrow evening and early tomorrow night, after that first round possibly moves through in the morning. Still very questionable on this round coming in the morning. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the possibility is there for it to happen. Here is the HRRR model. It is also showing that band of snow coming into the area for tomorrow morning, and that also raises confidence that that is going to happen. Here's the temperatures for this week, running well below average. Tomorrow, high temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s. Those Sunday temperatures only in the mid 40s for highs. Monday, upper 40s, and then by the time we get into Tuesday, a reinforcing shot of cold air moves in with temperatures only getting into the upper 30s to low 40s once again, with some snow showers in the vicinity. And then we begin to see those temperatures starting to come up on Wednesday back into the upper 40s, and then mid-50s, which is where we should be at for this time of the year by next Thursday. And then Friday and Saturday, remember, the GFS began to show that reinforcing shot of cold air by next weekend. So if that happens, the 60s and 70s that this is showing would not end up happening. Here is the rainfall for the next week, showing at least that precipitation, if it's all melted, would be less than a ½ inch, and I do agree with this. So not much going on this week, just a couple of snow chances, about 2 or 3 different snow chances. All of them look pretty light, but the biggest snow chance is tomorrow. It looks like if we do see any moisture remaining on those roadways going into tomorrow evening that melts from the snow during the day, some of those roadways could freeze over, and it could cause some black ice potential going into early Sunday morning and late Saturday night. So make sure and keep that in mind if you are venturing out late Saturday evening, trying to go out for dinner or something like that. So I will be here all day tomorrow monitoring the snow chances, but this does not look like a big event. A lot of our fruit trees and fruit buds are already out, so this does look like a devastating week coming for many farmers around the area. After our record warm February, everything that has bloomed out is about to die due to a full week of cold temperatures.